name's Ian, and I've been playing percussive guitar since around the beginning of March, maybe a bit earlier, but in this short time I've improved a lot in my percussive guitar, and I want to show you ways that you could improve as well. So let's get started. Alright, so the first things to play a percussive guitar is that you need a acoustic guitar. So there are two types of acoustic guitars. One is steel and the other is nylon. So basically, steel will have like a brighter sound that's more like commonly used in like popular genres. Meanwhile, nylon has a more mellow sound and is more used in like classical and flamenco, that sort of stuff. But they're not really limited to those genres, and you could like use them for other genres as well. In fact, I use a nylon guitar in the beginning, and I would show you how a steel string guitar sounds like, but mine is broken, so. Alright, another thing that you should know is the tuning you're using. So, my favorite tunings ranks are open C major 9. My second favorite would be drop D tuning. My third favorite would be open D minor tuning. And the other tuning that I use is double drop D tuning. So, I'm going to show you what each one sounds like. The song I played earlier was in open C major 9, and I'm going to tune to drop D. So this is what drop D sounds like. It's very versatile and used in like a lot of rock and metal, so there are some cool chord shapes you could use, like this cool D5 chord, and there's this Hendrix chord, which is D7 sharp 9 if I remember correctly. So I'm gonna try to make up a song right now. And then my third favorite would be open D minor, so I'm attuned to that. And the reason why I like this so much is like because the harmonics. Like there's a lot of cool harmonics I could use with this, so I'm gonna try to make up a song right now, or a melody, using this tuning, but I'm gonna fast forward a bit. Alright, so my previous takes of the open D minor tuning sound like ass, so I'm gonna write another song and hopefully it sounds good. Now let's move on to the double drop D. Alright, so now that we're in double drop D, I'm just going to be quick and tell you that it's basically the same as drop D, except all the E's in standard tuning are tuned down to D. So, because it's so similar to a drop D, like most of the chord shapes that you know in drop D can be applied to this. So like D5 and the Hendrix chord. But now that your high string is tuned down to D as well, you could also apply that last note to your chords. And because it's open, it sounds like very epic. And like it's just ringing. You could like make some cool sounding stuff with this, like, and yeah. It's basically the same as drop D, so I'm not gonna really make a song for it, but I'm just gonna move on. Now, how do you find chords, since now that you're in an alternate tuning? Well, there's a few websites I use, which I will show in the screen, but just because you're in alternate tuning doesn't mean that the chord shape is like unusable. So there's this chord I learned from an Eric Johnson song. I don't know the exact name of the chord, but once I find it, I'll show you the name. And let me show you how this chord sounds in a tuning I use a lot. It doesn't sound that terrible, and if you use it correctly, it'll sound great. And also, if you're trying to find your own chords, I would use a scale. There's a website you could use that'll show you how the scale will look like in that alternate tuning, which I use. So yeah. And some chords that I found by using these scales are so this chord in specific I found myself by using scales. You're not limited to like staying in a scale when you're finding chords. So like this is a C7 sharp 9, and I was using the Aeolian scale to find my chords, but if you look, the C7 sharp 9 isn't in the Aeolian scale because of a major note. Yeah, it's this note. This note is not in the Aeolian scale, the C Aeolian scale. It doesn't sound terrible either. So now that we got all the basics down, the tunings and what guitar you should use, I'm going to show you some techniques that could help your percussive guitar playing, I guess. So the most basic strumming method for percussive guitar is like those slaps. To make that percussive beat, instead of just using your fingers to strum, you're using both your fingers and you're hitting it with this side of your hand. So it would sound like this. So yeah, it's a really simple technique that you'll probably hear a lot. You could also strum with your thumb instead of your fingers, which will give you access to like more percussive stuff like snares and kicks. You don't have to like stick to boots boots cats. You can play like variations. And to get the kick, open up your hand, hit the body of your guitar with this side of your hand, so like, and to get the snare, you hit it with like this part of your fingernail, your fingers, yeah, or fingernail, I don't know. So yeah, that's how you get the percussive sound while strumming with your thumbs. So that melody I played earlier, I'm gonna show you how it sounds if you strum with your thumbs. Yeah, so there's this technique I want to show you, which is called a laser, which I stole from someone on Instagram. Basically, you put your hand on like on a string, and like once you pull off that string, you like slowly raise your fingers up to like stop the vibration, but like you don't like stop the vibration instantly. There's also another technique, harmonics. Everyone knows about them already, so I'm not gonna go too deep into that. But there's something else I want to show you, is this. That sounds very dissonant. It adds a lot of tension to the riff you're playing, so like. The next technique I'll show you is called a scratch. Basically, you get this turntable scratching sound. Basically, you're using your fingernails on the top 3 strings, and it'll make that scratching noise. It's very similar in concept to the pick scrape, except you're using your fingernails instead of the pick. Alright, lastly, we have a guitar flip. Basically, you want to move away from like anything that you could hit, because yeah, once I got a concussion from this, because I tried to do a 720-degree guitar flip, and my whole vision went white. And it was painful. Well, I did succeed in the 720-degree guitar flip, but I won't do it again. So just stick to 360 degrees to save yourself from pain. So this technique isn't just to show off. Like, you could get a really cool Doppler effect, kinda. Like, well, it sounds like how it would sound, like you're throwing a guitar in the air. Also, I know flipping your guitar sounds scary, but you're probably not gonna break it because your fretting hand will like support it, so like it doesn't fly off into the air. The only thing you have to be scared about is hitting something else. Your fretting hand will stabilize the guitar so it doesn't go flying. Your strumming hand will go to the body of the guitar, and you just flip it. It was kind of quick to like learn how to do it. I mean, I had to do it like I'd say like 10 times in a row to like feel confident about it. So yeah, it's a really cool technique, and it's not as hard as it looks. Now I want to add that you're not limited to those techniques, and there's a lot of other techniques you could use, like pull-offs, slides, and hammer-ons and triplets, but they're too general, so I decided not to put them in the video. Moving on. If you want to practice, I recommend playing playing percussion first, and then moving on to like simple power chords, and moving on to like more different chords that involve like more consciousness into your fingers and whatnot. So yeah, thank you for sticking with me and watching this video, and leave a like and comment something down below. A dislike if you really want to, but alright, and I'll hopefully see you next time.